Okay, yeah.
Donc à ce moment-là, vous lui faites le petit gage juste avant de lui dire...
Vous êtes Jean Claude Van Damme?
Well, it's not easy to get a good script those days.
Let's shoot a movie together. I'll bring the emotion, you bring the action.
Tout est neutral. Il y a des gens qui n'ont pas réussi parce qu'ils ne sont pas aware. Je suis aware, je suis aware.
Photo là pour le vidéoclip.
Yeah.
I'm 47 years old. It's way too much, my friend.
Le fait de ne pas utiliser votre arme à feu symbolise la pureté du personnage.
Jean Claude, kick your ass! Kick his 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 ass!
His entire career, Your Honor, is involved with films that no responsible parent would ever expose their children to. Strangulation, crushed under the wheels, laceration, crushed skull, asphyxiation.
One more.
Would you rather live with your mummy or your daddy?
Every time my dad is on a TV show, my friends make fun of me.
If you want me to make the appeal, you've got to pay my fees.
Call the producers and tell them I need some money up front.
Ouais, Van Damme. J'attends un virement postal.
Je suis désolée, mais nous n'avons pas de liquidité aujourd'hui.
Je veux mon pognon! J'ai pas de cash sur moi. Jean Claude Van Damme sans cash. Caméra. Caméra. Oh, caméra cachée. Ne la prenez pas celle-là, c'est pas une bonne flic. Des... Oh putain, je te dis!
Vous devinerez jamais qui a braqué la poste. Qui? Pourquoi t'as fait ça?
L'auteur du fait, vous confirmez?
Laissez-moi aller, mais on dit rien pour le moment.
Qu'est-ce que tu es en train de faire, mon fils?
Toi t'as gagné, moi j'ai perdu.
21/9, take 1, and forward.
Very good. Attendez, à ma grand-mère qui vous aime bien aussi, s'il vous plaît, je l'attends. 5 minutes. Dans 5 minutes.
All right, so Palace of Wisdom this week, JCVD. Heard about this film last year. I'm a big Jean Claude Van Damme fan. I know Will's a big Jean Claude Van Damme fan. I don't know if Brandon is.
I will say I am, as long as we do not do the Guile skit again.
Absolutely not. That's dead and retired. But I mean, I heard about it last year. The reason why I heard about it was because it was getting a lot of, at least the press that I saw was getting a lot of it because it's almost, because Jean Claude's playing himself, basically. It's not a...
Doesn't he play himself in every other movie, though?
Well, yes, but a character. But Jean Claude Van Damme is playing Jean Claude Van Damme in this. And you might ask, well, wouldn't that make it like a documentary? But he's actually playing himself as a character. Certain events had to be changed. So, as we know, the Jean Claude Van Damme we know in this film is a movie star whose star has already begun to fall. He's stuck doing films he's not invested in. There are endless sequels that nobody
so
likes.
It's a biography?
Yeah, that
sounds like his career.
He's in the midst of a child custody battle where he's losing his daughter to his wife, and he's just recently got over drugs. And he's broke. He's absolutely broke. He goes back to his hometown of Brussels to, refine himself, to start over again, to, get back to his roots. And while attempting to get money to pay his lawyers for his child custody battle, he's caught in the middle of a bank heist. And from there, we get to see the real Jean Claude Van Damme and see if he can really become the hero he plays in his films and see, what type of man he really is. And, given the situation, would an action star really do anything to save the people he's around? And it's a really heartfelt movie because, you see Jean Claude Van Damme in an element you don't normally see because, in all of his movies, he's the tough action guy kicking people's asses and, taking names and not really caring about shit. And in this, there's guys with real guns aimed at him. You can't really throw, a roundhouse kick and, be the hero.
I've always thought a roundhouse kick could solve all of life's problems.
Well, that's what Chuck Norris teaches.
So,
still, but
is this basically a documentary-style version of Last Action Hero?
I suppose you could say that without the movie taking action. But It's if you're a Jean Claude Van Damme buff, it's definitely a great watch to see. But not to mention, I mean, if you hated Van Damme for most of his films, like a lot of people do, it's also a really good film to see because he has a really heartfelt monologue where he breaks the fourth wall and talks directly to the audience, essentially apologizing for his career and for the things that he's done. And it sounds absolutely hilarious, but I mean, you know, he gets real honest about how, you know, he just wanted to be, you know, he wanted to be a movie star, but he didn't want to force himself, you know, onto people as the guy making the cheesy bullshit action films. He wanted to be a guy who makes quality and wants to bring enjoyment to people. That's what his lifelong dream, to make people enjoy when they go into theaters and be able to get away. And
dude, I'm about to tear up.
And I mean,
horrible.
It's so real. And I mean, you know, can't spoil the ending to it because the ending is the ending's definitely very good to the film as well. But I mean, it's absolutely worth a watch. I mean, I just restarted my Netflix account and it instantly came up to my queue and I watched it immediately. And
so it's available on the Watch Now.
It is available on the Watch Now
awesome.
service.
So if you have an
Netflix,
Xbox 360 and an Xbox Live Gold account, then
yeah, absolutely
no reason not to
worth a watch.